Hi guys, it's Jody from Margette Creations. I hope everyone's doing good today. I just thought I'd pop on and share my latest project with you. I am working on altering this little golden book. It's called The Christmas Story, and it's my first one. So far it's going okay, but I thought I'd take you through this and then we can do a little bit of a project in it. So the first thing I did is I took the original book apart and I created this spine and I did the cover. I am not really caring for the fabric I chose. I had a different idea for the inside than what it's turning out, so I think I will replace this. I'm not sure yet, but I just thought I'd show you what I've got going on in the inside. So far I have 3 signatures. I am most likely going to weed this down a little bit because it's already getting pretty big, so I'll be doing that, but this is where I'm at. So I'm just going to put 2 of the signatures aside and I'll kind of show you. So on our first page here, I have just a little pocket that I'll glue down. So there'll be a pocket tag in there. And then I've got some tucks and stuff just kind of laid out where I think they're going to go. On these pages, I'll just take this off so you can see, I have used Distress inks to color them, to give them some colors, and I've picked colors that I've seen throughout the story. So you'll see I've done that throughout. I've also kept the story intact in the correct order. I did that by carefully taking the pages out, and I did a technique I found on YouTube, and I'm sorry I don't know who I saw it from, where you fold the center of the book in and sew it down so it shortens it so you don't have to fold the pages or cut them. So that's what I've done with that. So the story is in the order that it would be if you were reading it. So within it I have lots of different pockets. I've got some of my coffee stained music paper. I've got my dyed paper throughout. I'm going to do a little embellishment here, I believe. And this is an envelope. This envelope is what I'm going to work on today, actually. I have covered it in paper, but what it originally looked like was one of these envelopes here with just the flap. So I've just covered it in paper. I've folded the flap over backwards, and then here's the opening on this side. We'll come back to that because that's what I'm going to work on. And then here's some more of my dyed paper. The center of each signature is cardstock, as is the back side, like the outside. Here's the other side of the envelope, and it's just another pocket, so when I sew it in, I'll have the 2 pockets. So I haven't done any of the decorating yet. Like I said, I just have it laid out, but I thought I'd give you an idea. It's my first one, so any comments are greatly appreciated. And then I'll just have this pocket at the end of this signature. So that's the first signature. The second signature is very similar, as is the third. So I have a side pocket here. This is my purple colored paper, and I have some more of my dyed paper. Here's a little embellishment that I've done that I think will stay there. There's going to be lots of writing space in this book, and I might have to switch things around. Here's another belly band. I just liked how that went with the blue. And again, the center. And then another side tuck. Some more paper. This is a pocket that I did. It's going to be a side tuck here, I believe. Got a pocket here, pocket here. This flips out, and you have another pocket here. So I have lots of decorating to do on that one. Maybe that can be tomorrow's project. And then again, just another pocket, and this is actually an old Christmas card that I cut down that I'll use as a journaling card in a pocket. May not be that one. And then the last signature, again, I have another Christmas card here. Not sure whether it will stay there or not. Just there holding its spot right now. And then the final signature. So the first and the third signatures have the actual book pages in them, and I've left the third signature without. This is another pocket that we can maybe do on a video. It's a flip out, so it's got a tuck here, and then it's a tall pocket at the top. And I just found this and I liked how that went, so I think I'm going to use that as a decoration on the front. So it turned out I'm going much more with the pinks, the purples, the blues, so I think that's why the spine's going to have to change. Another double pocket. So there's still lots of work to be done in it, but I have made a little bit of a progress. That'll be another embellishment up there. And then lastly, another pocket. So that's what I've gotten done so far. So I'll put that aside. And now I'm going to bring in that pocket that I wanted to work on. I'm just going to take it out. And we'll see how far we can get on it. So this will have something tucked in. It won't be this one. This one's too big, but it will have something tucked in here. So I'm not going to do any decorating on the back, but I do want to do something with this flip. So I did get a few things pulled out, and I think what I'm going to use is this. So this is just a little card I got from a digital kit. It says, "Joy to the world, the Lord is come." And it's got the purples and it's got the blues. So I thought I'd use this, but I wanted it kind of hanging over, so I wanted something a little bit bigger, so I got some dark cardstock. And I thought we'd do something like that, but with some texture. So therefore I brought in a little bit of lace, and then I found this little scrap in my bin that I thought we could possibly lay over. Something like that. So that's what I'm going to go for. So I'm going to open this up so we don't glue that shut, and then we'll get started. So I think the first thing we're going to do is just tack that lace down just a little bit. So I'm just going to use just a tiny bit of glue around the edges so that it doesn't flip up. And I'll put a little bit extra glue where that image is going to go, just so we know we hold it. Whoops. And then just lay that on there, like so. Okay. And next we'll add this image. I hope everyone's doing well today. I can't remember if I asked that earlier. It is snowing really heavy here in northern Alberta. It's November the 12th. I'm not sure when this video will air, but it's November the 12th today, and the snow is finally coming, and it's coming down heavily. So I imagine that by the end of the day, we're going to have a good amount on the ground to deal with. So I hope you guys are keeping warm wherever you are. It's not really cold here. It's just snowy. but I guess that's to be expected. All right. Okay. All right, so now I want to stick it on here. It's still looking just a little plain to me. It needs something in this blue area. It's a little bit too much. I don't know whether I need some ribbon. Let's see what I have for a ribbon. We could go with some ribbon. I think the first thing I'm going to do, I think I might do some stamping just on this area. I'm going to get a scrap piece of paper. And I'm just going to use this stamp. It's just a script stamp, just a little one. And I'm just going to use my Distress ink. It goes this way. Okay. I don't want anything really organized. I just want just a little bit here and there just to kind of break it up a little bit. Let's see how that. Let's see what that looks like. Helped a little bit, but it still needs something, and I don't think that's the right color of blue. What else do I have? I have that. That's not long enough. Let's see. I do have this one. I've had this one for years. I don't know where I got it. It's been in my bin, and I think it's pretty, so it stays on the top of my bin, but never used it. So I kind of like that. I think I'll go with that. I like it a little bit wider. Now, which way do I want it though? Do I want the blue on the edge and the yellow inside? Or do I want it this way? I'm gonna go with the blue on the edge. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue down. And I'm gonna try and do it down the middle first to get that blue, that middle strip. And then I'll have to come back in, I think, and do some of the gluing on the inner side. Okay. Just trying to get that edge straight. Oh, I guess I should say that the other thing I did with this envelope flap is I did cut it down a little bit because it was really long. And I didn't think it would work very well as a flip, not a flip, a tuck, which is what I'm going to do with this area. Okay, so now that I've gotten that done, I'm just going to make sure that I do this edge really good and then come down this edge of the ribbon. Okay. So now I'm going to very carefully, I should go this way actually, going to very carefully cut off these remaining bits. And just check, see where I might need a little bit more glue. Okay, so I'm liking that. So now I'm just going to glue that on. So I'm just going to look, I want to kind of have this J hanging over. So I'm going to glue just this area and over. I'm going to use my fabric tack again because I'm on that ribbon. But I don't want to get glue right to the edge because it's going to be hanging over. Alrighty. So far I'm enjoying doing this project. I was quite excited. I found these little golden books at an antique store here in town, or not in town, I should say in Edmonton, in the city, because I don't live in the city. I live quite a ways out on an acreage. But I found them and they were a decent price. So I was excited to have found those. And, but like I say, it's my first time, so I wasn't quite sure how it would go. I got too much glue. Just clean that up a little bit. Okay. Want to make sure it's straight. All right, so I'm okay with the look of that. I wish I had a card. There's one. So I think it'll look quite nice when we get something in there. I'll put something very simple in there. So just to make it a tuck, I'm going to glue down here. I'm going to use my tacky glue. And just glue down that bend. So that it holds. And I'm going to flip that out to do that so we don't get glue everywhere. Get that out and get my bone folder. Sorry guys for going in front of the screen. And I'm just going to make sure that that's put down good and that the glue is wiped away. And if I can find a clip, I'll probably just clip it there for a minute. See if I can find another clip. Okay. Okay. So that is that side. And if we bring our signature back over, it is going to look, it's going to look like that. So actually, I didn't even notice that. That'll bring in a little bit more of the teal from here too. Perfect. So on this side, what I'm thinking of doing is just very simple. I found this little scrappy embellishment type thing I had. It says, angels are that unseen present watching over us through joy or grief and whispering to our hearts of God's love. And we have an angel here, so I thought that would work. So I thought I would just put that there. And I'm thinking of just bringing in a little bit of a lace and going along that pocket, because this is a pocket. But I thought this way they can still write on it, but it's got a little bit of decoration. So that's my plan there. So we'll get started doing that. And hopefully those are dry enough now. I think I'm going to start with the ribbon, and I'm going to put in a piece of paper because I really don't want to glue that pocket shut. And the reason why I'm going to trim it with the lace that I've chosen is I don't know if you can see it, but it's at an angle, and I wanted something that would go along that angle nicely that I didn't have to cut. And this, that will do it nicely. So I'm just going to trim off a little bit there, and I'm going to put some glue just along that edge and get it down. I got enough there, and we're going to start here. So I think we can trim up that lace from the other side. Oh, we got to glue that down a little bit here. It's coming up. Get that fixed. And then we'll trim off the lace on this side. Okay. When I covered this flap, I did cover the top a little bit of this pocket so that the glue shows through. All right. So now that that's on, let's just see if this is going to work. So it brings in the blue. Doesn't have any yellow, but it should be okay. I think that'll be okay. What do you guys think? I'm gonna do it just like that. All right. So I'm going to try and stick the most glue in the center here where there's multiple layers and where there's that stamp piece on the front, just so that it doesn't bleed through. But I do want to get a little bit of glue definitely on each piece of fabric so that it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so now let's put our signature back together and see if we're happy with what that looks like. So I think I'm definitely happy with what that looks like. Make sure that we can tuck and it's not been glued down. So that's what it'll look like with a tag in there or a journaling card. So the next thing I would do is I would decorate this to match this. So I might try and bring in either some of that ribbon and definitely some of this purple. So that's a short one today, but I think I'll leave it there. I'm going to go off. I have some things to do today, and but hopefully maybe you'll join me next time, and maybe we'll do this little corner and that other pocket and see how far we can get into getting this done. So thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you, and see you next time.